good to have you with us today. The Kremlin's spokesperson has confirmed that the situation is under control after U.S. media claimed American government hackers have penetrated Russian infrastructure. NBC News added that Washington fears a Russian cyber attack on the presidential election day next week.
According to a high-level intelligence official and top-secret documents reviewed by NBC News, the U.S. has penetrated the Russian control systems in key areas, including telecommunications, the electrical power grid, and even inside the Kremlin.
Well, the Russian Foreign Ministry spokesperson, Maria Zakharova, has claimed that if the Obama administration does not deny NBC's claims of Washington hacking Russian facilities, then that would confirm state-sponsored cyber terrorism, and Russia will be able to file official charges. Of course, it was last month the U.S. Vice President Joe Biden threatened the Russian President Vladimir Putin with that of cyber attacks.
Why haven't we sent a message yet to Putin?
We're sending a message. We have the capacity to do it, and the message
He'll
we
know
sent,
it?
he'll know it.
Will the public know it?
I hope not.
It all comes amid accusations of Russian meddling in the U.S. presidential election. First, it was blamed for hacking the Democratic National Committee, then for being the source of WikiLeaks revelations about the Clinton campaign. In fact, Julian Assange was even dubbed a Russian spy by the Western media, and even the FBI itself has come in for scrutiny with claims that the FBI has links to Moscow after it reopened its probe into Clinton's use of a private email server while Secretary of State. We spoke to both American and European analysts who think it is, quote, unwise to start any form of war with Russia.
I think it is most unwise to launch a war of any type without having a clear objective for how you win and how you deal with the aftermath. The notion that we would poke in the eye of the Russian tiger now with these type of threats, or that Russia might do it to the U.S. now when both of our countries face a common enemy, does not make a great deal of sense to me. And it's a mystery to me why our own country can't invest. We spend $6 trillion a year on government. Why we can't insulate this country from hacking, particularly at a pivotal moment like a national election.
I think it's very much a double bluff, sort of saber-rattling. I mean, there seems to be no evidence to implicate the Russian state in these so-called hacking claims in the run-up to the American election. And perhaps America is just saying, you know, don't try anything on the day, otherwise we will retaliate. It shows that the American establishment is actually rather worried that Trump might carry the day during the elections. So they're setting up this sort of myth that if you happen to win, then it must be from outside interference, tampering with the election results.
WikiLeaks editor Julian Assange has rebuffed accusations that Russia is behind the massive hack into Hillary Clinton's campaign emails. He discussed the issue in an exclusive interview with renowned documentary maker John Pilger and Dartmouth Films.
The Clinton camp has been able to project a kind of neo-McCarthyist hysteria that Russia is responsible for everything. Hillary Clinton stated multiple times, falsely, that 17 US intelligence agencies had assessed that Russia was the source of our publications. Okay. That's false. We can say that the Russian government is not the source. I actually feel quite sorry for Hillary Clinton as a person, because I see someone who is eaten alive by their ambitions.
RT's Polly Boyko now breaking down everything discussed in that interview, including the massive leak of the Clinton campaign's emails. But if you don't have time to watch it right now, you can watch it at your own leisure on our website, rt.com.
The closer it gets to the US elections, the juicier the WikiLeaks revelations become. And the man behind all this isn't shy about meting out his own judgments too. The editor of WikiLeaks, Julian Assange, has spoken exclusively to veteran journalist and filmmaker John Pilger for company Dartmouth Films. They spoke here at London's Ecuadorian embassy, and in that interview, John Pilger asked Julian Assange the questions that a lot of his detractors probably want to see answered. Things like, why the vendetta against Hillary Clinton? And does he have a thing for Donald Trump?
What is WikiLeaks doing? Are they trying to put Trump in the White House?
Trump would not be permitted to win. banks, intelligence, arms companies.
Well, they all want him beat.
Foreign money, etc.
Yeah.
Is all united behind Hillary Clinton, and the media as well. So media owners and even journalists themselves.
Donald Trump's lack of support from any corner of any establishment is pretty much the opposite of the situation that Hillary Clinton is in. But can too much support be a bad thing, especially when it lumps you in a club with some pretty dubious members?
There's an early 2014 email from Hillary Clinton, so not so long after she left Secretary of State, to her campaign manager, John Pilger. That email, it states that ISIS, is funded by Saudi Arabia and Qatar, the governments of Saudi Arabia and Qatar. Now, this is I think this is the most significant email in the whole collection.
ISIL, or ISIS, is created largely with money from the very people who are giving money to the Clinton Foundation.
Yes.
That's extraordinary.
For anyone who dismissed these suggestions as far-fetched, there it is in startlingly simple terms. Julian Assange is saying he has proof that the world's most brutal terrorists and the Clinton Foundation have been bankrolled by the same people.